So what I ended up doing, because like I said, I found a place to eat during the daytime, and I found a place to eat during the nighttime. The only thing that's very hard to find, can be very difficult when you're homeless, is a place to sleep. That's the main thing. That's like the hardest thing to do when you're homeless. Just to find somewhere where you can get a good amount of sleep and where you're safe. So what I ended up doing was I had to walk literally for like 3.5, 4 hours to this place that I found. It was a place next to a car mechanic shop that these guys owned or whatever. And next to it, there was a line of trees. A line of trees where you could go in those trees and you could lay down, and there'd be like, there would be leaves on the ground, leaves and stuff on the ground. And so you kind of had like a little soft, cushiony kind of like situation. And so I found a place where I could at least get sleep at night. Not much sleep, but about 5 or 6 hours, which was a heck of a lot more than what I was getting in Flagstaff. In Flagstaff, I was getting like 1 to 2 hours at the most. So in Vegas, I would get about 6 hours, and I would get up in the morning, even though I was tired. I just got up right away. As soon as I would hear the mechanics right across the way there, working on their cars and whatnot, that would wake me up in the morning. So I used to get up almost like exactly on time every morning. And I didn't want to set my alarm on my phone because I didn't want to alert anyone around me to knowing where I was at. Um, so that's how I handled that. And I would wake up when the sun would come up. Like, I would always feel the sun on my skin, and I would feel the sun coming up. And I would wake up then, once I would feel that. So um, then when I got up, I would have to walk another. One thing I learned about when you're homeless is that walking is so important for when you're homeless, because what it does is it clears your mind. Like, you don't realize that, and I never appreciated walking so much until I became homeless. I used to like to walk, to the stores and whatnot, but I never really realized that just how beneficial walking is for your mind. Like, if you have a lot of emotional distress and just emotional problems, taking a long walk, and usually what I mean by long would be like 30 minutes or more uh, at a time, will actually clear your mind. Because while you're walking, you're thinking. While you're walking, you're thinking about all the things that you're going through, and all the things that are happened in your life up to that point and whatnot. So the walking actually turns the gears in your mind while you're walking, and it's something that is more physical. So it's guaranteed to work, because it just happens automatically. So by the time you're done walking, like I said, I was taking a 4 hour walk from one side of Vegas. So I guess that would have been like the east side to the west side. And then when I get to the west side, there was a library there that I used to go into, and it was kind of a peaceful environment. They had some trees and benches and stuff that you could sit on, and whatnot. And so I would do that, and I would listen to music and try to watch like a movie or something, or go on Facebook. I would do that, and that kind of because the key is when you're homeless is you want to stay busy. You want to keep yourself busy. You don't want to sit there and just be emotionally drained yourself. You don't want to drain yourself emotionally. Which will happen. You can get real down, and if you sit in one place for too long, you will begin to experience depression and all that. Because that happened to me. I actually experienced that. I remember I was sitting in one spot for like an hour and a half, and I was just like, you know what, I can't do this. I can't just sit here and just, I gotta move. Like, I just like it felt really weird for me to be in such a quiet spot, just sitting there for that long. And that's when I learned that, it's better to walk, it's better to move, it's better to have a routine every single day. Routine when you're homeless is like is a lifesaver, man. You any kind of routine, like a routine that you can count on, that you can do every day. Like for me, it would be I'll get up, I'll try to go see if I could like get some coffee in the morning. I would panhandle sometimes, or I would get coffee from the stores, you know, on government assistance type stuff and all that. So, like, what I mean by coffee, though, with that would be like the cold coffee that you get inside of it, because they had some deals on that and whatnot. So I used to drink that, and you know, inside of the frozen section or whatever, they got the cold drinks. I used to get the coffees that they had in there, usually the store brand, because they were better deals on that. But that really helped me. That lifted my spirits a lot. And then you know, I would get some food. I'd get some food at the stores too sometimes, because at this point I did have government assistance a little bit at this point, but only so much that I could use. So I had to be real sparingly with it, you know. But so by the way, when you're homeless and when you're eating, because like I said, there's a lot of homeless people in Vegas or anywhere where there's like other homeless people. You don't really want to eat in front of people. I would always take my food and go behind like a bush or something to eat, because you don't really want to. You just don't want to really draw attention to yourself while you're eating, because you know human beings are kind of like animals. I hate to say that, but we kind of are in a lot of ways. So we see another human being eating, and if we're hungry, you know, we're gonna take that kind of like offensively. And animals do the same thing if they see each other eat. That's why animals will usually take their food and bring it somewhere and eat it there, and they'll eat it far away from another animal that would try to snatch it or try to take it. So you have to kind of do that too when you're homeless.